Alright, so this is Coach Mike. Good morning. So today I'll be discussing how to answer DHCP Simlet. Okay, so for Simlet, you are not required to do any configuration. You'll be given a scenario, and then you'll be given a set of questions. So for you to be able to answer this, you have to perform several verification commands on this scenario, okay, or in this topology. Para masagutan mo each question, okay, for you to be able to answer each question, you have to do the process of elimination and verification. Okay, what do I mean by that? Kailangan i-verify mo each option if tama ba yung statement na yon or mali. Okay, so if mali, you have to eliminate it para ma-narrow down mo yung selection and come up with the best answer. Okay, so for example, question number 1, examine the DHCP configuration between R2 and R3. Okay, so kailangan makita agad, balikan mo yung diagram. Where is R2? Okay, R2 is here, R3 is here. Okay, then going back to the question, R2 is configured as a DHCP server, R2 is the client. Okay, the problem is, what is the reason R3 is not receiving the IP address via DHCP? Okay, so ibig sabihin daw, bakit si R3 hindi nakakakuha ng IP from R2, which is serving as a DHCP server. Okay, so process of elimination and verification. Letter A, on R3, DHCP is not enabled on the interface that is connected to R2. So puntahan natin si R3. Okay, hold on. Okay, so puntahan natin si R3. So sabi, DHCP is not configured on the interface. So verify natin. IP interface brief. Okay, so tingnan mo natin which interface is connecting R3 to R2. So we can do a show CDP neighbor. Okay, medyo garbled lang yung output kasi this is medyo malaki yung font. So R2 local interface is Ethernet 0/0/0. Okay, so sa port na Ethernet 0/0/0, dito connected si R2. Okay. Okay, so again, show IP interface brief. Kita natin walang IP address assigned and the interface is up. Verify natin yung configuration. Show run. So let's go down to Ethernet 0/0. Okay, makita rin natin dito, there's a description linked to R2. Okay, then there's no IP address. Okay, so figured for DHCP, but okay, we cannot jump into conclusion. Verify natin yung other selections. Okay, so letter B, on R3, the interface that is connected to R2 is in shutdown condition. Nakita natin kanina, naka-up. So, this statement is wrong, letter B. So, let's eliminate letter B. Okay. How about letter C? R2, the interface that is connected to R3 is in shutdown condition. So, it's an Ethernet interface. Kung naka-up na si R3, most probably the other side yung interface kay R2, most probably naka-up na rin siya, but hindi tayo pwedeng makasigurado. We have to verify that. So let's go to R2. Okay, so just a simple show IP interface brief. Okay, so dito connected CR3. So nakita natin that status is up. Okay, so going back to the question, R2 interface is in shutdown condition, so this statement is wrong. Tanggalin na natin si letter C. Let's eliminate that option. Okay, then letter D, on R2, the network statement in the DHCP pool configuration is incorrectly configured. Okay, so balikan natin si R2. Network statement in DHCP pool configuration is incorrectly configured. Show run. So DHCP pool network address /30. Okay, so connected to R3, this interface is connected to router 3, this is /30, so tama naman. Okay, so I think the best answer, the best answer here would be letter A. Okay, so on the actual exam, select letter A, okay, and then go to the next question. Okay, so question number 2. Router 1, R1 router clock is synchronized with ISP router. Okay, so router 1, ISP router. So si router 1 daw is nakasynchronize ang NTP or yung clock niya with the ISP router. Then R2 is supposed to receive NTP updates from R1. Si R2 naman daw kumukuha ng NTP updates from R1. But you observe that R2 clock is not synchronized with R1. So what is the reason R2 is not receiving NTP updates from R1? Okay, so there are 3 devices involved here. First is the ISP router, router 1, and router 2. So router 1 is getting NTP updates from ISP. R2 is getting NTP updates from R1, pero hindi raw synchronize ang NTP or yung clock ni R2. So we can verify that. So show NTP status. Okay, so we can verify here clock is synchronized. Unsynchronized. Okay, so let's check the NTP configuration. NTP configuration is nasa bottom ng running config yan. Okay, so NTP server is 192.168.100.1. I don't think nakita niyo yung running config, but okay, eto. So NTP server, so from R2, so NTP server is 192.168.100.1, and issue the command show NTP status. We can verify here that clock is unsynchronized. Okay, so puntahan natin ulit yung question. Okay, so again, process of elimination. Check each option, then verify if that statement is correct or not. Okay, letter A, R1 router Ethernet interface that is connected to R2 is placed in shutdown. Yung interface daw ni R1 connecting to R2 is in shutdown status. So let's verify that. So tignan natin si R1. So show IP interface brief. Okay, aling interface ba ang connecting kay R2? So show CDP neighbor. Okay, so R2 is connected via Ethernet 0/1/0. So if we can verify, okay, the status of that interface is up. Okay, so going back to the question, so letter A, R1 interface daw is naka-shut down, which is na-verify natin, hindi. Okay, naka-up siya. Okay, letter B, again, so puntahan natin si R2, router 2. So show IP interface brief. Okay, interface connecting to R1 is up. Okay, so going back to the question, so letter B is also wrong, so eliminate na natin yan. Okay, letter C, the NTP server command is not configured on R2 router. So punta tayo ulit, balikan natin si R2. Okay, NTP raw is not configured properly. Okay, again, NTP server nasa bottom ng running config yan. Configured naman. Okay, pointing to 192.168.100.1. Pero, balikan natin yung topology. So, kay R2, NTP server is pointing to 192.168.100.1. Pero as you can see here, ang gamit na IP is 192.168.10.0. Okay. So, titignan natin si R1. 192.168.10. Hindi naman siya 192.168.100. Okay. So, I think the IP address here is wrong. Okay, so going back to the question, letter C, NTP server command is not configured. Configured naman pero the IP address is not correct. Okay, so the correct answer here is letter D. The IP address that is used in the NTP configuration on R2 is incorrect. Okay, so in the actual exam, select letter D, then move to the next question. Okay, so meron lang akong typo dito, letter D. This is supposedly server 1 network. Okay, so question number 3, why do applications that are installed on PCs in R2 LAN network 10.120.0/24 are unable to communicate with server 1? Okay, so merong dalawang devices involved dito. PC nasa R2 LAN network, tsaka server 1. Okay, balikan natin yung topology. Okay, PC sa R1. Oh, this is R1. Okay. So this one cannot communicate with, sorry, balikan ko yung question. PCs in R2. Sorry. Applications in R2 cannot communicate with server 1. So this, hold on, sandali. May LAN ba tong si R2? Verify lang natin. Show IP interface brief. Show run. So, dalawang point to, wala siyang LAN. Hold on, let me go back to the question. 10.120. 101.120. Sorry, R3 pala, R3. So I have to go to R3. Link to server. Okay, so ito lang IP to. This is supposedly, so link to R2. So meron siya supposedly na IP na if we are going to check back the topology. So supposedly meron siya dapat 10.100.10.0/24 na LAN. Okay, so itong segment na to daw cannot communicate with server 1. Okay, so balikan natin yung question. Okay, so letter A, a standard ACL statement is configured on R1, blocking the traffic source from R2 LAN network. Letter B, standard ACL is configured on R1, blocking the traffic from the server. Okay, so there are two devices involved here. Okay, letter A, letter B pertains to R1. Letter C and letter D pertains to R2. So, puntahan natin both routers. Punta muna tayo kay R1. R1. So, show run. Okay, so there's a standard ACL R1. So, ang binablock daw niya is 10.110.0/24. So, pasok siya dito. But, it's permitted. Permitted siya. Okay, punta naman tayo kay R2 to verify. Guys, sorry, medyo matagal kasi this is the only time na nakita ko ulit tong question na to. Okay, so not immediately, hindi ko alam agad yung sagot. Okay, so please bear with me. Okay, R2, punta naman tayo kay R2. Sorry, ba't niya nagdi-display sa R2? Dali I'm just going to pause the video, the recording, and determine bakit ganito yung problema. Okay, so R2 is back. Okay, R2. So, verify natin yung running config. IP access list. Okay, so there's an access list named server1 block. Deny 172.16. Okay. Then, naka-apply siya sa R1. So, the interface R1 in. Okay. So, balikan ko yung diagram, yung topology. Okay, so it's being blocked here. So, lahat ng incoming traffic coming from server 1, papasok sa interface na to, is being blocked by R2. So, a standard ACL is configured on R2, source from R2 LAN network. A standard ACL is configured on R2, blocking the traffic source from server 1. Server 1. Okay, so the correct answer here is letter D. Okay, kasi makikita natin based on the ACL configured on R2. So server 1, an ACL named server 1 block is applied inbound. And ang laman ng ACL na yon, kung ang source IP is 172.16.200, okay, it will be denied. So, going back to the diagram. So 172.16.200, that's a server 1. And then there's an ACL configured on this interface inbound. So pagpasok ng traffic here, it will be denied. Okay. So correct answer, letter D. Okay. So again, select that in the actual exam. Click on next. Okay, to view the next question. Okay. So question number 4. Users complain that they are unable to reach internet sites. You are troubleshooting internet connectivity problem at the main office. Which statement correctly identifies the problem on router 1? So, yung mga users cannot access internet sites. You're troubleshooting connectivity problem at the main office. Ano daw ang problema sa R1? Okay, again, balikan mo yung diagram. So, internet, R1. Okay, R1, di raw makalabas ng internet. Again, rule of elimination or process of elimination. Check each selection. Okay. Letter A, NAT configurations on the interfaces are incorrectly configured. So, balikan natin si R1. So, NAT interfaces are incorrectly configured. Going to ISP, IP NAT inside. Connecting to the ISP router. And the LAN interface is configured as outside. So, R1 to R2. Okay, so this part is configured as not outside, tsaka ito rin, and this is configured as inside. Okay, so right off the bat, alam natin na the interface facing the ISP should be configured as outside. So I think that can be a correct answer, pero hindi tayo pwedeng maging 100% sure immediately. Okay, so we have to verify other questions as well. Okay, so letter B, NAT translation statement incorrectly configured. Okay, R1. So balikan natin si R1. NAT configuration daw is incorrectly configured. IP NAT inside source list. Local. Okay, so the ACL name is local. Interface fast Ethernet. Okay, overload. So local, this is the access list. Okay, these are the permitted IP addresses. Okay. So balikan ko yung question ulit. So, letter B is, looks like correct naman yung configuration. Okay, letter C, internet traffic for NAT ACL is incorrectly configured. So, tama naman yung configuration ng mga IP addresses. Okay, only static NAT translation configured from the server, missing dynamic NAT or dynamic NAT overload for internal networks. Tama naman yung configuration ng NAT overload. Okay. So I think I'll go for letter A. Okay. So select that answer. And then once you have answered all questions, okay, make sure to answer all questions before proceeding to the next item. Okay. Kasi item meaning the next question. Itong 4 questions kasi na to, these are sub questions under this particular item. Okay, so once you've answered all 4, okay, make sure na answeran mo yung pwede ka naman bumalik-balik dito in the actual exam. Okay, pwede mong bumalik-balik. Okay, so once you've confirmed all questions are answered, okay, you can now proceed to the next question. Okay, so again, this is DHCP sim. I hope you now have idea on how to answer this. Okay, so again, thank you. This is Coach Mike.